He's introducing the world champion, who is also undefeated, has a record of 19-0.
Vancouver, he has a professional record of 18 wins, no losses. He is 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 182 pounds from Washington, D.C., my friend, important. The light heavyweight champion of the world, a gentleman, Jeff Smith.
And the light heavyweight champion of the world has just been introduced, Jeff Smith, as he steps into the ring with the ever-present, confident look on his face.
Getting a relatively warm welcome from Dan Macaruso's hometown. His reputation, as I said earlier, has preceded him here. He has been the light heavyweight to beat in the world of karate since the very first day that full contact karate started. Jeff Smith has the most powerful legs in the sport of karate. Normally throws an average of 14, 15, 16 kicks per round, and you can hear those kicks when they land.
This is the main event, and the crowd is ready for this one. Dan Macaruso is 6'1", weighed in at 178.5 pounds. The world champion, Jeff Smith, 5'10", 182.5 pounds. Macaruso has a record of 19 wins and no losses, 11 by knockout. Jeff Smith has a record of 18 wins, no losses, and he has been the world champion, as you said, Joe, ever since we've had full contact karate. He's been the man to beat. Both fighters wearing red pants and red gloves, so we'll have to say that Jeff Smith is on the right of your screen, and Dan Macaruso, now having the final preparation on his gloves, is on the left of your screen.
The trainer for Jeff Smith there, Jimmy Jones, who is a well-known boxing trainer, trains the world-rated Mike Baker in boxing. Mike Baker, the 2nd or 3rd ranked junior middleweight in the world. Works with Jeff Smith, sharpening his punching skills. Jeff Smith trains in the and is the chief instructor at the June Rhee Institute in Washington, D.C., and has the very powerful kicks that are representative of that school.
Recently on ESPN, we saw Jeff Smith as he defeated Carl Beeman, and he looked very good, had no trouble with Carl Beeman in that fight. But then again, we saw Dan Macaruso as he fought Kerry Roop, and he seemed to have no trouble with Kerry Roop in that United States title defense. This should be a very evenly matched fight, at least according to the statistics, as we've said earlier.
Macaruso has a one-pace kind of fight. He does not vary the speed in his fight. Jeff Smith has the ability to change the pace, and Jeff Smith has the ability to pick up any kind of mistakes that his opponents are making, and that's what the odds makers feel will be the difference in this fight, even though Jeff Smith has not been as active as Macaruso has been recently.
This is a big one for both fighters, a big one for Macaruso and a big one for Jeff Smith. Round number 1, we're scheduled for 12 full-packed action rounds. 8 kicks required per round by each fighter, and they've come out kicking.
Jeff Smith coming out immediately, moving from side to side, changing directions right away. Macaruso looked like he's trying to set up a right hand on Jeff Smith. Cocked the right hand a little bit behind his left round kick as he moved in.
Macaruso throwing the first punches of the fight. Both fighters have been kicking so far. This is for the light heavyweight championship of the world.
Jeff Smith with a good right movement, then moved to the right. Macaruso missing with the left-right combination. Jeff Smith changing directions very well.
Both fighters picking off those kicks relatively easily with the forearms in this first round.
In the last 2 years, Jeff Smith has been entering a lot of disco contests in the Washington, D.C. area, winning many of them. He feels that his disco training has helped him quite a bit with his footwork and his ability to move side to side.
Powerful
Smith
punches.
bouncing, Dan Macaruso more flat-footed. Macaruso trying to step in and throw the big shot. Smith just pacing now. Good left jab then by Macaruso, catching Jeff Smith as he came off the ropes.
That's a Jeff Smith move as he bounces off the rope, attempting a front kick, but Macaruso was ready for it. Stuck that left hand out.
Macaruso tensing up, getting ready to throw that right hand again. Macaruso almost landing the solid right hand on Smith, coming off the ropes that time. Macaruso taking good advantage of his reach advantage at this point with the arms.
Well,
good left jab then thrown by Smith as he moved in.
And that's the end of round number 1. We're scheduled for 12.
Jeff Smith starting out at a slow pace, picking up the movements of Macaruso. That's what Smith is best noted for, picking up weaknesses and then working on those weaknesses. Jeff Smith with 16 kicks in the first round. Dan Macaruso with 11 kicks in that first round.
As you mentioned earlier, Joe, these World Championship caliber fighters will be getting in many more than the 8 minimum kicks that are required in each round.
I had that first round scored even, 10-10. Macaruso landing one good left jab earlier about the middle part of the round. Jeff Smith landing a good left jab there at the close of the round, and some pretty hard body shots just there as the bell rang.
Our center referee is J.T. Will, who is a movie actor, television actor, and also author. His new book, Advanced Kempo Karate, coming out in just a few weeks. This is round number 2, and we're scheduled for 12 rounds. This is for the championship of the world in the light heavyweight division. Jeff Smith, the champion, on the right. Dan Macaruso, the challenger, on the left. Good footwork on Jeff Smith's part.
Macaruso with a good jump spinning back kick, then Smith with some really nice 90-degree move.
Macaruso again cocking that right hand. He didn't throw it. Smith was moving out of the way.
Macaruso with the right hand, Smith evading. Smith leading in with a left jab, following with a left round kick, then with a powerful round kick behind it. Macaruso picking it off with the gloves.
You can hear those kicks landing as they slam into the gloves or into the side of the arm. Those are powerful, full contact kicks.
Smith with a hard uppercut inside. Macaruso countering with his own hard right uppercut.
Jeff Smith looking very poised and confident. Macaruso seems to be tensing right before he throws those blows.
I couldn't see from here if that shot landed. I could see that shot. That good right hand landed high on the cheekbone of Jeff Smith. Smith backing up with Macaruso closing the distance, landing the right hand inside. Both men landing hard uppercuts inside. Smith throwing hard leather to the body.
Closing seconds of round number 2. That's the end of round 2. World Light Heavyweight Championship bout. And we'll be back right after this. Check your plug. We're back, and let's take a look in slow motion at some of that action from round number 2. Jeff Smith on the right, now on the
They
left.
exchange those left hooks, neither one landing very solidly.
There's
Then that right hand did land there back in the corner.
How would you have scored that second round, Joe?
I had that round 10-10 as well, Larry. 20-20 now at the end of 2. Macaruso coming out early in this round trying to throw the harder kicks.
Holding on to the rope.
Smith still on his toes, moving. Good hard round kick to the body then by Smith with the left round kick. Macaruso picks off the left round kick.
Both these fighters undefeated and both want to be the world champion when this fight is over. Jeff wants to retain his title, and Macaruso wants to bring that world championship to Providence.
Macaruso leading with a wide left hook there, following with the right hand. It would not be beyond me to see Jeff Smith pick that move up and throw a good straight right hand down the middle. Macaruso clinching as Smith tries to spin him up against the ropes.
Smith still using the footwork. Macaruso flat-footed, moving in.
Smith catching Macaruso with a jab as he moved. Up to this point, Smith's been moving out of the way, left and right, as Macaruso would close. That time he met Macaruso on the way in with the left jab. Once again, Smith's strong point, being able to pick up on the openings and use them. Smith throwing hard shots into the body and tight.
Macaruso seemed to be holding on to the back of Smith's head. Coming up on the closing seconds of round number 3, Jeff Smith, the world champion, on the left, and Dan Macaruso, the challenger.
Crowd liking that blow, but not really landing hard on Jeff Smith. Moving out of the way of the force of that blow, I had to have that score that round 10-10 once again.
And we'll be back with more right after this. Bell rings. Larry Black and Joe Corley, and let's take a look at some round 3 action in slow motion. There's Macaruso as Jeff Smith is eluding the punches and kicks.
Yeah, that was that last kick at the end of the round that looked like it landed a lot harder than it did. So far in the fight, Jeff Smith with 35 kicks, Dan Macaruso with 34 kicks. Both fighters throwing much, much more than the minimum 8 kicks per round required.
I might mention that these kick counters, the MKR officials, will only count legitimate attempts to make contact with those kicks above the belt.
Smith's effect of those hard body kicks starting to be felt by Macaruso. You can see him tightening his arms in now to pick him off. Macaruso landing good uppercuts in tight there with Jeff Smith in close.
Little red mark on the left side of Dan Macaruso from one of those Jeff Smith round kicks.
Use the head, Dan. Yeah.
Oh, good right hand, tight right hand inside there by Macaruso. Tying Smith up well inside.
Seems Jeff Smith has his work cut out for him to retain his championship here in Providence.
Really does. Good hard round kicks to the body then by Smith in tight as they move out of the clinch. Smith, one of the few fighters able to do that, and he does it very powerfully, coming off a clinch with a hard round kick into the body. Macaruso scoring well inside with the right hand. Smith then countering with 2 of his own left hands. So far, I have all 3 rounds dead even, 30-30 after 3 rounds of the scheduled 12.
Of course, we must mention that your score is unofficial.
Macaruso catching Smith with a good left kind of half jab, half hook as Smith moving out to throw the left round kick.
Macaruso started to move forward and slipped with his right foot.
Smith seemed to lose his footing a little bit up against the ropes. Barely caught the right hand, landed on his cheek lightly. Smith closing with the hands, coming with a hard round kick, landing a hard, good left hook up against the ropes.
That's the end of round number 4. We'll be back with round 5 right after this. The World Championship in the light heavyweight division from Providence, Rhode Island. Let's take a look at some round 4 action.
Smith moving Macaruso back into the ropes with a double hand combination and then coming with a round kick behind that. Macaruso countering Smith out of the way with the good footwork. I had that round 10-10 as well. I have it dead even 40-40 at the end of 4.
This is round number 5, and Jeff Smith comes out with passion in his eye. He's ready to put something on Dan Macaruso.
Macaruso in his fights, one of the strong points in his fights is that he seems to be totally unemotional all the way through the bouts. No matter what the pressure of the opponent, he seems to stay very calm all the time. Trying to use one of Jeff Smith's moves, step around, spin over, round kick. Smith now seems to be picking up the speed and the pace inside. Catching both those punches, picked off the right with the left arm, the left with the right arm.
Even though we said Dan Macaruso has fought more rounds this year, Jeff Smith has gone 12 rounds before, and Dan Macaruso has never been further than 9. If it goes that far, Jeff Smith may have that psychological advantage of having gone the distance before.
Jeff Smith fought one of the preliminary bouts to the Ali Frazier 3 card, the Thrilla from Manila. He fought Kareem Allah in the Capitol Center before 20,000 fans, won a unanimous decision over Kareem Allah. At that time, the world title bout was 11 rounds in length. Smith with a hard hook, Macaruso out of the way, catching Macaruso with a partial left jab then. Not a lot of distance traveled, but good snap right on the end of that jab. Macaruso slinging his right hands out wide. Now Smith able to move inside. Macaruso landing good uppercuts inside. He's been doing that repeatedly this far in the fight.
Jeff Smith definitely landing more telling blows in this 5th round.
Smith countering with a left hand. Macaruso a little off balance. Smith coming back. No real damage done.
That's the end of round number 5. We'll be back with round 6 right after this. Larry Black along with Joe Corley in the Veterans Memorial Auditorium. Here we have a shot of Jeff Smith, the world light heavyweight champion. We're getting ready for round number 6 of a scheduled 12-round world championship bout. There's Dan Macaruso, the United States champion and the challenger. Round 6.
If you didn't know Macaruso, you would think he had a sort of bewildered look on his face then, but that's not really a bewildered look for me. That's just his look of being relaxed and calm as he always looks throughout his fights. So far in the fight, Macaruso with 51 kicks, Jeff Smith with 60 kicks, or an average of 12 kicks per round this far in the fight. Smith trying to get a kickoff, Macaruso catching him inside.
Macaruso is hot for this world title. He said, "I've worked for it. My time has come." He likes to call himself Star Wars, and he says the Force is with him. Of course, Jeff Smith brought a round kick and says the Force is with his round kick.
You might watch some of the subtle self-defense moves, defensive moves of Jeff Smith inside as Macaruso is swinging the punches out wide. Smith heads inside those punches. Good left hooked in by Smith on the jaw. Another one behind the ear. Good hard punches thrown to the body and tight then by Smith. Seems to have felt those, Macaruso did.
Macaruso seems to be content with holding on to Jeff Smith's head in a clinch. Doesn't try to land those uppercuts like he did in the earlier round.
Once again, the right hand came outside. Smith was inside the right hand through his own left, but was not able to land with it. Good left hooked in by Smith in tight. Another good left uppercut in tight. Macaruso with a good right uppercut. Smith's blows having a little more power than Macaruso so far in this round.
Another left hook and some body work by Jeff Smith.
Smith is blocking most of Macaruso's blows inside, the ones that are coming from outside. He is catching Smith with the uppercuts. Smith is landing more solid shots inside to the body end of the head. Good front kick by Smith. Good right hand counter by Macaruso.
That's the end of round number 6 and the halfway point of this 12-round championship bout. We'll be back with round number 7 right after this. Let's take a look at some of that slow motion action from round number 6.
Smith inside, throwing the hard punches to the body.
And round 7 has begun. We're back with the live action.
That's the first round that I was able to give to either fighter. Gave that one to Smith, 10-9. Now has Smith winning 60-59. Macaruso coming out like he wants to get that back, though. Macaruso coming out like he wants to overpower Jeff Smith in this round.
Macaruso may burn himself out. He's using a lot of energy, and Smith is biding his time.
I have yet in the course of his career to see Jeff Smith be intimidated. Macaruso is going to have to take a lot of chances to continue the fight at this pace. Smith caught him with one good jab coming in. Macaruso has landed a couple of good shots this far in the round.
Again, good footwork on the part of Jeff Smith.
Jeff Smith normally has whatever you want to send in his direction. He'll come right back with that and a little more. Good counter side kicked in by Macaruso, landing with a solid part of the foot, the bottom of the heel on Smith's right rib cage.
That's hot, Danny, that's hot. Yeah.
Good front kicked in by Smith inside. Macaruso catching him with a jab coming off the ropes, not solid. Last round I gave to Smith, 10-9. Here with him winning now at the end of 6 rounds, 60-59. Good jab then by Smith.
Hometown audience definitely behind Dan Macaruso, their favorite.
That right hand once again coming to the outside. Jeff Smith inside that blow, landing back on his shoulder. Crowd liked it, looked like it landed. That is a very subtle maneuver. Jeff Smith with that hard round kick coming off the clinch. Good combination in by Smith. Hook miss. Good left-right combination.
Smith eyeing his corner during that clinch, getting some hand instructions from Jimmy Jones, his trainer.
Good jab by Smith, catching Macaruso on the way in. Macaruso with a good right uppercut.
That brings to a close round number 7. We'll be back with more of this championship full contact karate right after this. Larry Black and Joe Corley, and let's take a look at slow motion action. This is from round number 7.
This is Dan Macaruso starting that round out quickly. Because of that start, the rest of the round was even. I gave that round to Dan Macaruso, 10-9. My unofficial score now 69-69 at the end of 7.
And this is round 8. We're scheduled for 12 with 8 kicks required in each round as a minimum kick requirement. Macaruso again backing Jeff Smith against the ropes and trying to land those punches inside.
Smith with a good round kick coming off the hand combination.
Every time he kicks, he drops his hand.
Couldn't see where that left landed in by Smith.
You can hear those round kicks landing even when they're landing on the gloves. Jeff Smith is throwing full, hard kicks.
Smith now in the southpaw position, fighting right leg forward. Macaruso with a right hand glancing high on Smith's head. Smith with a counter left hand also glancing on Macaruso's head. Macaruso scoring well inside. Catching Smith in between those two kicks. Smith with a good right round kick, but Macaruso catching him before he got the left unloaded.
Macaruso definitely looking more balanced of the two fighters in this round. We're in the last 30 seconds of round number 8.
Macaruso landing some light blows inside, not real damaging blows, but they can count up on the judges' scorecards. Good left jab by Jeff Smith right there at the close of the round.
That's the end of round number 8. We'll be back with round 9 and the rest of the fight right after this. We have some slow motion action from round number 8. Jeff Smith on the left, Dan Macaruso on the right.
Macaruso catching Smith in between the right round kick and the left round kick. It didn't land solidly, but he did catch Jeff Smith's timing on the way in. Smith starting the round out with a hard left side kick. Macaruso trying to put the pressure on now.
This is round 9 action. We're scheduled for 12 in this light heavyweight world championship bout. This is for the title in the Professional Karate Association's light heavyweight division.
Oh, good right hand in by Smith. Caught Macaruso flush.
4 kicks, Danny, 4.
Macaruso with a wide swinging right hand. That's dangerous.
There's a little redness under the left eye of Dan Macaruso from that right hand of Jeff Smith. Not anything for him to worry about right now.
Left hand, right hand combination in by Macaruso, catching Jeff Smith's timing coming in. Those shots all blocked by Smith. Crowd likes him, but he picked them all off with the arms. Macaruso throwing those shots wide from the outside.
You done hit, Danny.
Macaruso with those long reaching punches.
Macaruso's taken good advantage of his arm reach in this fight, but he has not landed the long punches as much as he might have. Smith catching him with a good hook inside. Smith with a good hard right hand, which missed. Macaruso with a good right hand counter. Smith now catching him with a left on the way in.
These guys came here to fight.
Smith with some subtle head work, making both those the left and right punch miss. Macaruso swinging that right hand wide.
Both fighters slowing the pace down a little bit in round 9, and that brings to a close the round. We'll be back with round 10 right after this. Here's some round 10 action, Joe.
This was Smith missing his 1-2 combination, left-right combination. Macaruso catching him with a good right-hand counter. Didn't land anything after that right hand. Good timing on it. I had that round even, 10-10. I now have it at the end of 9, 89-89.
And we're in round 10, and there's a left by Jeff Smith.
Smith with a hard left inside. Macaruso with a lot of punches as counters. Smith really putting the power in the punches to the body. Macaruso coming right off with a front kick to the body.
Macaruso tiring. He's breathing a little heavy through his mouth.
Smith very subtle slip of that spinning back kick, catching it back on his right shoulder.
There's nothing subtle about the footwork of Jeff Smith. He's dancing around, staying just out of reach of those kicks. Macaruso has not been able to hurt him with the kicks, but he has landed some good punch combinations.
Come on, Danny boy!
Macaruso, when he throws the right hand, does not step with the left foot. That's what causes that right hand to fall short, keeps him from taking advantage of the right punch distance that he has there. Smith has landed the more effective blows inside so far in this round, piling up a lot of effective blows in the early part of the round to the body. Macaruso landing some good uppercuts inside. Out of 9 rounds so far, I have Jeff Smith winning 1 round, Dan Macaruso winning 1 round, the rest even. Macaruso landing a good left jab, as I said that. Macaruso landing another good left jab.
And the crowd is cheering for
Smith
Dan
with a good left hook inside.
At the end of round 10, and we'll be back with more World Championship Karate right after this. Harry Black along with Joe Corley, and here's some of that punching action from early in round number 10.
Macaruso throwing the wide shots from outside. You see Smith picking him off. Smith with a good solid left hook inside, and then Macaruso back with his own left hook, and Smith starts his work to the body. I had that round again, dead even, 10-10.
Here's round number 11, and these fighters know they've got 2 rounds left to go, and they've got to bring it to the other one.
Jeff Smith with 109 kicks so far in this fight. Macaruso.
Harry Black along with Joe Corley, and here's some of that punching action from early in round number 10.
Macaruso throwing the wide shots from outside. You see Smith picking him off. Smith with a good solid left hook inside, and then Macaruso back with his own left hook, and Smith starts his work to the body. I had that round again, dead even, 10-10.
Here's round number 11, and these fighters know they've got 2 rounds left to go, and they've got to bring it to the other one.
Jeff Smith with 109 kicks so far in this fight. Macaruso with 100 kicks. Good combination in by Macaruso. Right round kick landing up on the lat muscle with a good left punch inside.
This fight is so close. I would hate to see it go to a decision, because either fighter who does not get the decision is going to be sorely disappointed.
Both men still looking very clear in the eyes. With a good pace, hard left round kicked in by Macaruso after a good hard round kick by Smith. Smith alternating back and forth from right side forward to left side forward.
There's a
Spinning back fist in by Dan Macaruso. It definitely staggered Jeff Smith. Lost his balance as he went back. Buckled his knees a little bit. Now Smith is back with his own hard left. Back also doubling up with the punches to the body. Smith wanting to get that back. He knows that's going to hurt him on the judges' scorecard.
Definitely will hurt him. That spinning back fist staggered Jeff Smith.
Macaruso saving that till 11th round. Very smart move on his part. Both men just really mixing it up on the far rope.
Macaruso and Jeff Smith giving this crowd every cent they paid for.
Smith getting some of it back inside there. Macaruso with 2 more good right hands.
This fight has been so close that staggering, spinning back fist could be the telling blow of the fight. That's the end of round number 11, and we'll be back with the 12th and final round right after this. And Joe Corley, we're getting ready for round 12, but here's some 11th round action with Dan Macaruso staggering Jeff Smith.
And Macaruso saving the spinning back fist. Catches Jeff Smith a little off balance, but you can see it buckle his knees. I had to give that round to Macaruso 10-9 by virtue of that. This is the 12th and final round.
12th round, Jeff Smith, the world champion, and Dan Macaruso, the challenger, and Macaruso wants it. You can see emotion in his face for the first time in this fight. He's coming after Jeff Smith. It's a slip. Jay Will does not call it a knockdown.
Good right hand in by Macaruso, catching Smith coming in. Hard body punches by Smith inside.
This has been an incredibly clean fight. Not one foul called in the whole fight. Both these fighters came here to fight and do it the way it's supposed to be done.
Get hard punches inside by Smith. Hard hooked in by Jeff Smith. Spinning back fist by Macaruso did not land hard. The right hand did not land. Crowd liked it. Good left hook by Smith. Macaruso back with the right hand. They're wide. Smith blocking the right hand. Left hand wide shot. Hard punches to the body by Smith in tight.
Again, Jeff Smith may be in trouble in this fight if he does not do something in this round.
That was a spinning back fist, landed back on the head of Smith, but no damage done.
The judges' decision. With battle 119, Smith 116. Gary Booth, Macaruso 117, Smith 118. A split decision. Macaruso 118, 117. The move
Dan Macaruso winning on a split decision. Won it by 3 points on one of the judges' scorecards.
Won it by 1 point. Won it by 1 point on one of the judges' scorecards for winning a split decision.
Dan Macaruso. It's going to be a few minutes before I can get to Dan Macaruso for an interview. Dan Macaruso and his fans are ecstatic. He is the new light heavyweight champion of the world, dethroning an undefeated Jeff Smith.
When I walk the streets, kings and queens step aside.